In today's video, we're having a classic showdown of pet birds, cockatiel versus conure. We're going to figure out which one of these feathered roommates is going to steal your heart. If you're trying to decide between these two incredible birds, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one fits into your life like your favorite pair of sweatpants. Before we begin, let's introduce the two birds, shall we? Cockatiels are sleek, gray birds with a charming crest on their head and the ability to serenade you with a perfect whistle. Native to the Australian interior, cockatiels are technically the smallest member of the cockatoo family. They are about 12 to 13 inches long and have an impressive wingspan of about 20 inches. Conure is a general term for a diverse group of small to medium-sized parrots from Central and South America. They come in countless species, like the popular green-cheeked conure or the brilliantly colored sun conure. Their size varies, ranging from 10 to 20 inches in length depending on the species. So now that you know which is which, let's get you choosing the right one for yourself. First up, let's talk personality. Cockatiels are often seen as the gentle introverts of the bird world. They are more than happy to just perch on your shoulder, maybe hum a little tune they picked up, like the Star Wars theme. And contentedly watch Netflix with you for hours. They offer quiet companionship. Conures? They are the toddlers who ate the entire rainbow and are now running on a pure sugar high. They are a whirlwind of activity. They bounce, they flirt, they dance, and they will absolutely taste test your earrings. While a cockatiel rarely bites, a conure tends to explore the world with its beak. So, you should expect the occasional love nip that leaves behind a tiny bruise and a big story to tell your friends. So, are you looking for a quiet cuddle bug? The cockatiel is probably your speed. Or do you want a pocket-sized circus in your living room? Then, a conure might be calling your name. Next, noise level. Let's be honest, this is a huge factor, especially if you live in a small apartment where the walls are thin and the neighbors are nosy. Cockatiels are known for their sweet, whispery solos. Their chirps and whistles are generally pleasant and perfect for apartment playlists where you don't want to disturb the neighbors. Conures, on the other hand, can hit a staggering 120 decibels or more when the microwave beeps or a car alarm goes off down the street. That's comparable to a lawnmower or even a rock concert. They have a scream that can pierce through walls. If your neighbors can already hear you sneeze, you might want to add soundproof curtains to your conure budget or lean toward the much quieter cockatiel side. When it comes to learning, conures are little geniuses. They can pick up tricks faster than you can say step up. They can learn to fetch, wave, and even dunk a mini basketball. These birds live for the applause and love to be the center of attention. Cockatiels are also smart, but their talents lie elsewhere. They're more likely to wolf whistle at the mailman or learn to say a few key phrases like, "Hi, Sonny," or "touchdown." They are content with low-key chats and whistling conversations rather than performing a full TED Talk. So, if you want a feathered performer that will wow your friends, go for the conure. If you'd prefer a melodic sidekick to whistle duets with, the cockatiel is your bird. If you're liking this comparison so far, don't forget to hit that bell icon below. Done? Let's go forward. Now let's talk about cuddliness. Both birds can be incredibly affectionate, but they show it in different ways. Cockatiels are famous for their cuddles. They will melt into your neck like warm caramel, asking for head scritches and grinding their beaks in pure bliss. Conures absolutely dole out hugs, but they do it on turbo time. You might get a 5-second heart-melting snuggle, and then it's off to do parkour across the back of the couch. If you enjoy interactive chaos that's punctuated with brief, intense moments of affection, then conures definitely deliver. In terms of daily care, both birds need at least 2 hours of out of cage cardio to stay healthy and happy. For a cockatiel, the bare minimum cage size is around 20 inches by 20 inches by 24 inches high, while conures need a cage that is at least 24 inches by 24 inches by 30 inches. Of course, these are just minimum sizes. When it comes to cage size, bigger is always better. Now, while the cage sizes are nearly similar, conures demand a much bigger toy budget. They need things to destroy, like wood blocks, paper straws, and maybe your expensive pen if you leave it lying around. If you hate arts and crafts and constantly replacing shredded toys, you'll find that cockatiels generally cost less to entertain. Another key difference is dust. Cockatiels produce a fine powder, often called bird dander, that can get on your dark clothes and furniture. If you have allergies, this is something to seriously consider. Conures, for the most part, don't shed too much dander. For their diet, both thrive on high-quality pellets, fresh vegetables, and the occasional sunflower seed as a bribe. But because conures torch more calories with their nonstop acrobatics, you'll find yourself refilling their food bowl more often. This is a major factor for a new bird owner to consider. Cockatiels typically live for about 15 to 20 years. Conures, however, can cruise right on up to 20 or 30 years, and sometimes even longer depending on the species. This is a significant difference, so be honest with yourself and choose the timeline you can happily and responsibly sign up for. Looking at the upfront price, a cockatiel can range from $50 to $250 for common colorations, though rarer mutations can cost more. Conures have a wider price range, from about $150 for a green-cheeked up to $600 or more for a sun conure. The initial setup cost, including a proper cage, toys, perches, and food bowls, can easily be an additional $200 to $600 for either bird, but the long-term costs tell a different story. You have to factor in the constant toy massacres from a conure, bigger food bags, and potentially more vet trips due to their curious and sometimes accident-prone nature. In the long run, the quieter cockatiel often keeps your wallet quieter too. So, what's the final word? If you need a chill, whistling study buddy who asks for little and gives gentle, sweet company in return, you should welcome a cockatiel into your home. But if you're craving a technicolor tornado of a bird that greets you with cartwheels and keeps your life loud, exciting, and endlessly entertaining, then a conure is your perfect match. Either way, you're signing up for daily laughs, a few chomp marks on your phone charger, and a loyal best friend with wings. So, what's your pick? Are you Team Cockatiel, Team Conure, or are you still stuck on the fence? Drop your choice in the comments below. And for more bird banter, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.